You're tuned into Long Island's only FM sports voice. This is Sports Talk on 90.3 WHPC.
Alrighty, sports fans coming at you 100% commercial free every Thursday evening from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. right here on 90.3 WHPC, WHPC HD, and now at nccradio.org. This is a little radio program that affectionately around here we have taken to calling Sports Talk. Yeah! Now that is an opening day cheer. That is a full house opening day cheer of some happy baseball fans whose favorite teams, in fact, because Mark is a Rays fan, we can say this, all three teams on a 162-0 pace. They're on pace to win 162 games. And because Passover's tomorrow, what is that? That hat is in Hebrew.
LL hat.
Ah. Some people wear Yankee hats, Mets hats, and you've got an LL hat, which says, what does it say?
To what I remember at Nassau Hebrew class, it said on something.
Oh, okay. I'm reading from right to left,
if it was Spanish and Hebrew, it would be the on.
Juan Epstein, which is way before their time. They have no idea who that is. Well, actually, that came into today. Rusty Staub passed away, and his nickname was always La Grande Orange. But in French, it's supposed to be La Grande Orange, because orange is feminine. But the guy who came up with it in the Montreal Gazette said, you try using the feminine with Rusty Staub and see how happy he'll be. So it's La Grande Orange, but he passed away. And I've spoken about him forever in that in 1984-85, he founded what was called the Police and Firemen's Widows Association, where all the money they raised charity for people. So when 9/11 happened in 2001, everything was so fast and furious, and the money coming in, the families needing help, that they went where there was an existing mechanism in place, and they went straight to Rusty Staub's foundation. Wow! So that's how entrenched in New York he was and is. And
they said he was very hands-on too. He didn't just take the money and give it away.
He had an uncle who was a New Orleans police officer who was shot in the line of duty and died, and leaving behind his cousins and his aunt. And there's another guy who does, and on the football side, who does great work with charities, whose mother was a New Orleans police officer who died. That was Warwick Dunn. I don't know if you remember Warwick Dunn, the running back. But he had his foundation, the WD Foundation, and they bought houses, like 5 a year for people in Louisiana. So it's good to see these people, because other people from New Orleans, like Odell Beckham Jr., they're doing their own thing. But this is Sports Talk. I'm Chris Spalding over there, wearing his Yankee hat.
Yes.
Cameron Bonagura.
What's going on, people?
Right there across from me, wearing his Under Armour hat.
I forgot my Aaron Judge 99 hat.
It's like a great. You look like a great kazoo because you've got your hat over your earphones. Well, so you got like a giant head.
It amplifies the noise.
Another before their time. Thank God Steve Dass is in this room. I've made a Juan Epstein and a great kazoo joke reference. Nick Ornberger right there, over there. So we've left the Yankee side of the room. Now we'll go over to here, Mr. T-Sizzle T-Ham, Tristan Hamilton.
I'm in a great mood today.
Mets.
But we're going to get into why.
Yes, we will.
Why? Because you missed class today? That's why you're in a great mood?
That's another story.
Play that game, right?
Oh, that's great. That's great. So over there, the census taker, Mr. Mark Tchaikovsky.
Yes, Rays won. Only thing I didn't like about the game was the base running. 2 pass balls, did not advance in any pass ball today.
Oh.
And some pretty poor defense.
I do love the text that we got before the show, because Mark was very excited about the Rays winning and everything. Of all people,
Denard's fan.
That's the greatest text I've ever got in my life. Because out of context, I was like, what does that mean? I don't know, but it's great. It's great. And over there, Steve Dassa, the man who gives us Sock Hop every Thursday evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right before us. And Sunday nights, 5 to 7?
5 to 7.
5 to 7, that's right.
5 to Sunday.
Last week you had your radiothon, your marathon, and your music-thon, and we have ours coming up in, it'll be Thursday, April 19th, 1 week before the NFL draft.
Did a great leader of ours go around Facebook asking if 50s restaurants would sponsor...
I don't know.
Wait, funny you bring that up.
Oh, boy.
The answer to that is no.
Well, I've got my Piano Man radiothon. I call him radiothon. We don't call him that at the station, but that's what I call him. Next Saturday. So not this Saturday. Next Saturday. That'll be 2 hours, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So we've got to talk to like places like Mulcahy's where Big Shot plays and various places like that to get some tickets to give away as well. So we won't be calling 50s Diners.
I got a couple of pockets.
So I got a text the other day from Mark Tchaikovsky saying, "What's the name of the diner that listens to sports talk?"
You know why, right?
Were you there?
No.
Oh, we were looking for
our leader.
Okay.
Put out a Facebook post saying, "Is there any Greek-owned restaurants that would like to sponsor a show?"
Oh, okay. Oh, was it for Teddy's show?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What
nice.
show do you think it would be?
You know what
Greek to me.
Reading show.
Listen,
Well, I'll have you know, last year I got 4 gift cards to be given away from a restaurant in Huntington, which has a picture of Teddy Savalas and Telly Savalas up on its walls. It's Greek Italian. It's Zaro's Cafe.
That's what I recommended too. I recommended an Italian pizzeria place that's owned by Greeks.
Yeah, go to Zaro's in Huntington. They'll do it. He's on my softball team. I'll talk to
Vista
him.
in Plainview.
Nice. There you go.
What about George Savalas?
George Savalas died in this day. George died before Teddy. Yeah, Telly. George died before Telly. Teddy's still very much alive. But George Savalas died way before.
Really?
Yeah. So now that we're doing all these 70s references, another reference they'd never know.
All these people have no idea what the whole thing.
I know what I'd have no idea.
There was the great actor Telly Savalas who played Kojak, and he was also in a movie that'll be on this weekend on the big was it the Moses movie, Greatest Story Ever Told, the ones every Easter or Sunday. Ten Commandments, yeah, that one. So my mother always watched that.
Why do you know all these things, Mark?
It's Old Testament. It's Torah, it's Talmudic.
Oh my God! Speaking of which, if there are any temples willing to sponsor,
and which show would that be for?
Besides Rabbi Pearl, I have the only insight to what's going on about the Old Testament. So.
Also, I might point out that diners could also sponsor that show as well.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Mark, what's new in the Old Testament?
I was in a wedding party with my friend Rano one time. I wasn't his best man. I was his usher, but he was getting married out here in Long Island. He's a Brooklyn guy, but he's married a girl from Queens. So we had to go meet the rabbi that was officiating. He was having his wife. He's Russian Jewish. His wife to be, now his wife for like 15 years, was Italian Catholic. So we meet the rabbi they found in the Yelp. This is like 2000, so probably it was the internet, but they found it online or whatever. The rabbi. So we meet them in a diner, and what does the rabbi order but a Reuben?
He ordered his brother.
And so I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm more Jewish than this guy is, and I went to Notre Dame.
I went to a Jewish wedding before. Number one, it was Saturday during the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And number two, the rabbi goes to have hors d'oeuvres, right? And was he having like bacon dip?
They was having pigs in a blanket, which also would be a bris, by the way. But that's all.
If we're talking about getting sponsors, Rabbi Pearl, did he already do his?
I don't think so. He did.
He did. Yeah. I was going to say, if there are any Moyles out there,
call off the Moyle. It's a Goyle.
Just don't have a Seinfeld incident.
All right, guys.
All right, Steve Dassa. Have a great night. But this station has a lot of great shows coming up, having their radiothons and their marathons. So if you listen to the station and have some extra money, it's entirely tax deductible. Especially this month, you think of taxes, it'll be for next year. But you think of taxes, and every dime goes right here to the radio station. It does not go to anybody else, any politically connected figures or anything. It goes right here to fixing, CD players. I'm so old, I say CD players.
Doesn't go to the ball fields or anything?
No, it doesn't. Though they reversed that. The legislature reversed that. That's a sports, Nassau County sports thing. They always waive usage of fields. They charge for it, but then because it's like a Little League or whatever, they waive that. But this year they said they were going to, or Karen came in, she said she was going to charge, the first field they were going to charge was on Washington Avenue in Seaford. So there was a big protest on that, and they just reversed it the other day. The legislature changed it. So, getting back to the baseball teams today.
Woohoo! Woo!
I woke up this morning. It was cold and wet. I'm thinking, opening
You've been
day.
driving here today.
Right, the whole
it's a bit foggy
day.
right now.
It's foggy.
Yeah.
It's foggy. I mean, it was really foggy, and then just the whole day was gray, and just it was weird. I felt like it was nighttime. I just felt like nighting all day.
Yeah.
I've been exhausted all day.
I know. I've been tired.
Like
walking
around, like God. I feel like
that's exactly right. I said, this is what's making me sleepy. It's crazy.
Had a work meeting and stuff. They're like, "Are you hungover?" I'm like, "No, I'm just tired. Look outside."
Yeah, it's odd. It was a really weird to think it was opening day in baseball. March 29th, opening day.
Yeah, great idea, man.
Great. I'll make sure I see it when I go into the office. I'll talk to him. But no, he's in the same elevator boot bank as I am. He's on it floor 31. I'm on 39. So
where did everybody watch their opening day games today?
The Library Cafe in Farmingdale.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I was at home.
You work there?
Well, no, I work at Vespa over in
next door.
Right next door, yeah. Right next door.
You got the Carmen's Law office, and then you got Vespa.
But we had a work meeting there, so I didn't. And the work meeting was all about like not over serving people, so I didn't think it appropriate to go in and drink before the work meeting. So I went next door to the library.
How about getting that aforementioned restaurant to include pasta with their meat dishes? That's what bothers me most about that particular restaurant. You don't get that's the new thing because there's also one in Massapequa.
They're not the only ones.
I know it's the newer. It's the newer fangled ones.
Yeah.
Don't give me the pasta with the meat. I'm like, come on, I need pasta with my meat.
But the food there is unbelievable.
Very good.
It's really.
And they just bought next door, right? They expanded even.
They
further.
expanded even further next door, and they're opening up a new place right across the street. Harley's.
That's in where the hibachi place was.
Yeah. It's going to be like a steak, seafood, and chop house with a wine bar.
We went to that hibachi place for my son's fifth grade graduation in June. They closed the very next week. This was this past June.
Crazy.
But like when you read the Yelp reviews of that hibachi place, if ever they got it right, they did, because they hated you, they didn't like you being there, they were rude. I was like, boy, they were spot on. That was all those things. But the food was good. But so Cameron was home.
Cameron was home.
Oh no!
I know you weren't in class.
No, but I didn't get to watch it. I was out. I was handling some business, getting some other work.
Business.
Done. You know what I'm saying?
I had a
business.
What was her name?
I know. It wasn't that type of business.
I had a big call, but my boss's boss was like the big town hall meeting for the quarter or whatever, and it was exactly at 1 o'clock, and it was a video call. I'm like, my camera's not working on my phone, just the audio, and I'll mute myself. It was the game. So how about you?
In class.
Did you?
Yeah, everyone was like carrying it on my phone.
Oh, yeah, for real?
Yeah.
Now, is that via the MLB.com?
Well, that's the NBC Sports app. That's for the Mets. For the Tampa game, you heard about what I was doing during the Tampa game.
You were catching the train to Jamaica.
I was literally getting off the bus at Jamaica to go to the train, right? Denard Span hits that big shot.
So you take the bus from Queens College to Jamaica?
Yes.
And then you get on the train?
Right.
Wow.
And so I'm running to make the train in Jamaica. Little did I know that the trains are not running out of the tunnels again. The East River Tunnel, so I'm sitting on the train going crazy on the train.
Well, I was...
Actually, when they hit the shot, though, I was walking in the street, I'm jumping in the street, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, it's opening day baseball. They're like, yeah.
I was right across from the Massapequa Park train station Saturday night, and it was 10:30, we were having dinner, and the train station's right there. 5 trains came between 10:34 and 11:05. 5 trains coming in from the city. I don't know how you get that many trains on a Saturday night. 2 were... Everyone's wearing Ranger jerseys. 2, everyone's wearing Islander jerseys. So I assume Brooklyn and Penn Station is where they were coming from. And it was weird. And it was. I'm like, the game's still got to be on, but I guess it was one of those where there's no reason to watch hockey in New York right now, nor basketball for that matter.
Unless you're a New Jersey Devils fan.
Yeah, which I thought of today because I was behind a car, and it's a local car because it had a Farmingdale softball sticker on it, but it also had. The license plate was NJ Devs fan.
Nice.
And they had a Devil sticker. So I'm like, what are the odds of finding Devils fans here on Long Island? But yeah, that's you and this person in front of me turning at exit 31.
And that's probably it.
Heading from the Southern State to Linden Street at exit 31. But this is I'm happy baseball has started, though it doesn't seem that way because it seems so cold. And imagine having to hit the ball from Noah Syndergaard on this kind of day.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But they racked up some hits against them. Also, we're going to start with the Mets first, right?
Well,
let's start with the Mets.
Who was the was J.A. Happ the opening pitcher for Toronto?
Yeah. Because Stroman...
a little odd, right?
Because Stroman got hurt a little bit, so they moved him back to the 4th game.
They also do that. Some teams do that as well because you're guaranteed to sell out on opening day. So why waste Marcus Stroman on opening day when you want him for a bigger
that's a thing that bad teams do.
Yeah.
The teams that have no shot at making the playoffs go ahead and do things like that because they need to sell whatever tickets they can sell.
Right. But and then they always have the opening day. You always have the day off afterwards in case there's a weather event and they have to do a makeup. Right. So tomorrow I think it's gonna be a nicer day, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Mets
they're not because they got the game out today. So
I was just happy that.
Toronto's indoors. So
Tampa.
Tampa, yeah. Well, but Tampa's Florida.
Yeah.
they just played a month and a half down there.
I get that. I was happy that the Yankees played in Toronto because it was indoors and it's probably colder in Canada than it was here. But playing in Tampa anytime is awful, I would imagine. Like that.
So they are replacing that stadium.
Yeah,
right?
well,
or supposedly, I don't know.
Not soon enough.
I don't know
because that stadium is ridiculous.
It's bad. Yeah.
And there was reports that the Koch brothers are trying to lobby against it.
In Tampa?
Tampa Stadium, yeah.
Do they have influence in Tampa? 'Cause I know they're Kansans. They're from Wichita, but I don't know if
they have influence.
Oh, they got influence in all the places. They got billions and billions of dollars of influence.
Billions of dollars.